It's all about the lies I've told. It's all about the love I wanna hold. It's all about my heart I lost tonight.
So guys, I want to tell you a story about somebody that had depression. So a person who drew all of these, had killed himself. His name was Jordan, and he was one of the closest cousins to me. We had a lot of things to relate to. We had a lot of mental issues and likes and dislikes and so on and so forth. But he had passed away. When it comes to depression, the reason why I said last time that there's people behind you, I can tell you straight from my cousin. So he thought that he was alone and nobody was there for him. He thought everybody hated him. He thought that life was shitty because he didn't see that he had me, his mom, his sister, everybody. He didn't see that. And the downfall is that he did pass away from it. And it's kind of a crazy story. So my cousin and I have always believed that there is an afterlife. We've always believed in that. And when he was living at my house when I was a teenager, he was on drugs, unfortunately. But that's a different portion. So we stayed up all night because he was detoxing, and he, couldn't sleep like everybody else detoxing. But we had insomnia in general, and we would stay up all night, and we would color. We would color all of these. Whoops. We would always color. And the saddest part is that we always made a pact. Whoever dies first, we have to make each other known. And a past friend, let's name her Rose. Rose, myself, my mother, and Jordan had all made a pact to make it known. And so I remember the day before we were supposed to hang out, and we were gonna have, go to lunch or something, but I had worked so much that I didn't get to, and I was tired. So the next day, and it was my first day off in a long time, and I was so tired. I was working in retail, and it was Black Friday time. Not Black Friday time, no. It was September, it was August, the end of August, last day of August. And I remember when I was at work, and a light just randomly pop right above me. And I was the only one in the store. Everybody else was in the back, and I was just like, whew. And I don't know why Jordan's name went into my head, and I have no idea why. So then I was walking, and a second one went pop in a mall. It was weird. I was working at Bath and Body Works, and two lights went pop And so then my mom messages me and she's like, hey, are you with my other half? Well, my other half. And I was just like, no, I'm headed home. And he's headed home too. And so I was like, she's like, let me know. And I knew it was bad news. I was like, Mom, is it Jordan? She's like, maybe. I'm like, Mom, is it Jordan? And she said, yeah. Jordan killed himself. Or overdosed. Or we don't know. I think he just couldn't handle it anymore. So, I had to call Rose and tell her. And I told her, I was like, has any lights popped? Has any lights popped at all? And she's like, yeah, I walked out front and my door light popped. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So then I called my madre. And I was like, Madre. She's like, what? And I was like, has any lights popped? She's like, yeah. 2 of my bedroom lights popped. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Mom, you know what that means, right? She's like, what? I'm like, that's Jordan. Jordan's doing this. For everybody in this pact, he did it. He's making it known. And it was actually really, really cool that he was still there to actually do that. It was pretty fun. Funny that he actually stuck to his word on that. And so then my other half and I went over to hang out with some friends because I was distraught. I was a bloody mess. And so we ended up going and we came back and we turned on a Pixar movie, Monsters Inc. Because it's Pixar. That cheers up everybody. And when we turned it on, the entire TV turned purple. Everything was a hint of purple. Like, you know, when it's like the color goes out and it's like black, white, or green or something. No, it was purple. That was super cool. But I was freaked out. And so I went into another room and I talked to Jordan. I was like, Jordan, I believe you. I believe you're here. I believe you. But it's too scary for me at this moment in time and I can't. And then I stopped. And the reason why I like purple so much is just, that's the reason why I love purple now. I know that's so weird. I've always loved purple, but it enhanced. But he felt alone. And there's so many people that loved him and still loves him and still misses him years later. And so I've had these photos for 10 years, waiting until I can have a place for them to stay. And for Christmas, I gave his mom and I'm giving his sister one. Because I don't want to be holding them back from them. And what I like is some of them have stories. So I love Big Brother, and so he had made me this big collage for my birthday that says, you know, all of that. And that was Ian from Big Brother says happy birthday dog, because he had to be a dog for a challenge. That says, even though you think I'm lame, you're still electric. Because, yeah. he had a funny humor. And then that one with the hot air balloon, it says hello, and then it says friends again in his beautiful handwriting, and it has like this little happy face underneath. And that was because we got in a bit of a serious argument, and we didn't talk for a little bit, and he made me that. And with this one, that one says sometimes the dark side gets a little sticky, and the reason for that is because we were sick. So we created that. But all in all, I miss him, and I wish he didn't do it. I wish he saw that everybody loved him so much. Everybody loved him. And the reason why I was doing this is because everybody loves you too. With depression, you don't see it. You don't see that people are there for you. You don't see that there's positivity in the world. You are so blinded by your mind's thoughts of kill yourself, don't, kill yourself, don't, you know? And it's like, somebody's like, I like your hair. Oh, they're trying to be nice to me just because I'm blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, I can't. They're lying to me. But your hair is nice. You know, you find a joke funny, you laugh, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have laughed. That was so embarrassing. But people like your laugh. You know, he would draw these. He would draw these all the time as a gateway for depression and a gateway to speak. And his emotions all speak in there. And to show you that you're not alone, that people love you, is the proof that I have photos from 10 years ago when he was alive at the time. I have photos in pretty much pristine condition from 10 years ago. On his Facebook, people still to this day say, I miss you. He's still in conversations, even though he thought he was totally alone, that nobody liked him. He's still with us. And I miss him dearly. I truly do. And I wish that he could have been saved. But I know this sounds dark, but if he's happier in the place, it's very selfish. I think that he could have honestly done something, but his mind was so warped into hurting that he gave up. So, he's completely alone. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because you can find options to help you. You can find a gateway. You can find help. It just takes time in order to achieve the fact that you're beyond loved. So, I need to tell you, I love you. You have loved ones. You might be blinded. And that's really a crappy situation. But just remind yourself that you are worth it. You are. You have greatness in the future. And it might seem dark right now. And it's the typical, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Well, there is. Yeah, life has some battles, and people with depression have to deal with them. More severe battle, but there's ways around it. So Kitty Brink, he loved cats and he loved Zelda. He met Zelda. He was a cat lover. But in general, you are loved. You're worth something. You know, you'll save people. Speak up. And I want to use this channel to help others. So, speak up, okay? Find help. Find a gateway. Find art. Because it's worth it. She says, do it too. Alrighty, guys. I love you.